Hey guys, this is Phil Stoops Physio. I help Hyrox and endurance athletes break out of the injury pain cycle and start winning pain-free. And in this series, I'm going into the reasons why a lot of people are still in pain. And this is reason number 2, so let's get into it. Now this reason can be simplified down to you're not healing from your injury, but there's a lot of nuances to that. So I'd immediately break it into 2 aspects, and number 1 is that you're not creating healing conditions for your body, and number 2 is that you're not performing the practices that will help your body heal. And I'll go into a little bit more about what that actually means. So we can talk about the tendons or the ligaments, the physiological aspect that is inflamed or broken, and your body going about healing those structures so that you can go back to running or sport with confidence and stability. But then we can also talk about the healing of your nervous system. Your nervous system is extremely clever. It's here to keep you alive. It's here to keep you safe. But if you squat 10 times and you experience pain, what do you think is going to happen on the 11th time, regardless of what's going on in a physiological way, so regardless of whether your injury is healed or not? It is now written into your nervous system that that aggravating movement will cause you pain. And your brain is a predictive machine. It goes based on previous experiences. Therefore, you've squatted 10 times and it's caused pain. On the 11th time, it's probably going to cause you pain. And sometimes that's not anything to do with the structures themselves and how they've healed, but it's more to do with a wiring issue and your nervous system keeping you safe. Now there's so much we can go into, and I will do that. I'll really deep dive in a lot of this stuff in other videos, but I'm trying to keep this a little bit more narrow and focused today. So hopefully I can leave that as is, and I'll come back to it on another video. So a little bit of a deep dive on how you create those healing conditions, and the first aspect of it all is the fundamentals, and it's sleep, nutrition, stress management, and giving your body enough rest to actually go about healing those inflamed or damaged tissues. Your body only has so much capacity for stress and repair and activity, and it needs to put some of those resources into actually healing those structures. The second part goes into those aggravating factors, and earlier I gave the example of squatting, and if squatting causes you pain and you're unwilling to stop squatting, you're likely going to continue that cycle. However, there is a way of reprogramming your body. So I call it resilience reprogramming, and what I would do is take that squat and I would find a variation or a regression, usually a single leg version. I like to put people on one leg and give them back what their body's missing, plug that back in and give them the skills so that they can carry out that version of that movement without pain and get them to a thoughtless, fearless level, and do a sensible transition from the regressed version to the competition version or the version in training that once caused you pain. And it's a way of rewiring the nervous system so that it's not recognizing this movement as a dangerous movement and it's not giving you that painful response that is there to protect you. I know this is all easier said than done, but look at the fundamentals. Have you created healing conditions for your body, number 1? And have you changed your training to avoid the aggravating factors and put regressions or substitutes in that do not cause your pain? 2 simple questions that you can ask yourself to see if you can start to reprogram your body. And if you can't figure out how to do that yourself, then reach out to me. You can DM me, follow me on Instagram at Phil Stoops Physio. Like and subscribe to these videos because I'm going to be doing a full series on why people are still in pain and the strategies that they need to get out of pain. I'm going to be sharing some of what I'm up to in Sri Lanka as well, and my chronic fatigue and burnout journey. I'll be sharing as much as I can about all of that stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll chat to you soon.